Well, hello beautiful people. Today on The Urban Eco Woman, we're gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna bring you into my home and we're just gonna, take it back to basics. Come on in. So you caught me right in the middle of my makeup session. I'm just finishing up with my Marie Natty, my favorite blush right now, the mineralizing blush. Look at just how a little bit just goes a long way. It's just, the color is awesome. It's fall time. I love that about it. And secondly, if you were paying attention to our last video that we did, it has the Clean Care seal. So you know that it does not contain any known cancer causing agents. Go back to that video and actually press pause on the ingredient list, which or the Clean Care standards, which was actually taken directly from David Suzuki's Dirty Dozen. So press pause and you'll see all of those toxic ingredients that you don't want in any of your products. That could be even male, female, whatever products, you don't want those things. Though I think the most important part is the label reading that you should really take from that episode. And again, look for the Clean Care seal on brands as well. And I think Marie Natty is one of the brands that I really trust, and I really like how it makes me look and feel. And it's not just, I'm not just wearing only Marie Natty blush. Everything is Marie Natty that's on my face right now. Obviously I couldn't come in bare face for you just yet, but I'm also wearing the foundation as well. And before I even since we are in my bathroom and all, one thing I should let you know about, one of my secrets or favorite things of the season is my body balm. I keep talking about it, but it's one of my favorites, especially kind of going into, fall, winter, when your skin gets super duper dry. Definitely keeps you very moisturized and, makes your skin glow. And again, it's all natural. Most of all of the facial or, skincare lines that I promote on the Urban Eco Woman, it will be all natural. So now that my makeup is all done, I am ready to go get some tea and chat more with you. Okay, so that's kind of how I start off my day. I start my day with hip hop, and get my swag up for the day. But listening to my Forest Hill boy. But with all seriousness, I really hope that the culture goes back to its original state, one that is politicized, one that is about resistance, one that is about not reinforcing black stereotypes, one that actually talks about the oppressive conditions of our communities, where it came from. I understand this is popular culture, this is what the media plays to, but that's just my hope for the art form. But at any rate, that's my hip-hop rant of the day. Let's get back to the Urban Eco Woman, and I kind of want to know what you think of what we've done so far. Our first episode was on the alpha female. We talked to Victoria Laurent Fabish, and she's the holistic psychotherapist, and we talked about the rise of the alpha female, which could actually apply to anybody really once you identify as an alpha. The whole purpose, hopefully what you got from that, was balance and finding life balance. Because what I came to the conclusion of after speaking with her in that interview is alphas are just really unbalanced people in general, and I was interested in the alpha female because I identify as an alpha female. She really helped clarify some of those ways to find balance again through, for me personally as a woman, femininity and re-engaging with that. But also we should talk about boundaries and the notion of finding yourself culture. She's also an awesome author as well. Her first book is Find Yourself Culture, where she talks about actually going back and breaking some of those generational behaviors that we've learned. If you come from maybe a violent home, or if you come from an emotionally or physically abusive home, kind of finding ways to kind of not carry on those types of ways of being, but by accessing your self-culture is one of those ways. So yeah, so we talked to Victoria. You can go back always to YouTube and check them out if you want to go back there. And then continuing our conversation, sustainable love, we sat down with Ruth Claremont, the owner of Hearts, which is on Avenue Road. And after the conversation, I still really believe that that's really one of the best ways to find a good connection in the city, is by going to someone who does it for a living. She'll do a background check for you. She'll connect you. I mean, this subject is no longer taboo anymore. Really, as young professionals, as we, get older, let's be real, it's harder to meet people. The club scene is not working. I mean, I've met guys at the club, and quite frankly, they were just there for the night. And I mean, that was it. So you don't think you're gonna find somebody at the club and then it's gonna work out, probably won't. And we know that online dating is actually, it's just not working. Like Ruth's pointed out, like I know for myself, it is based on, a lot of it's lies. People are just playing games online. They might be married, they might have a girlfriend, and they're just playing games on there. So I don't think you could really find something substantial on there, to be honest. So honestly, if you want to be serious, and if you're a young professional or professional in general that wants to, find a good connection, call Ruth at Hearts. You can find her information online, hearts.com. So my tea is nice and drawn, so I'm gonna go get comfy on the sofa so we can talk a little bit more. So hopefully you tuned in last week when we spoke with Michelle Hamer, the founder of B23. We talked about unleashing your inner goddess. Go back to that episode and watch it closely. You'll deeply get inspired. She talks about, the window dressing. She talks about, the disunity goddesses, which is really, really important, and really delving into ourselves and, reclaiming that, I think, is key. So go back to that episode, check it out. But, the only thing that, through all the episodes, I feel like I haven't really done is I don't want to come off as just being completely like heterosexual, and not being inclusive, because that's not really, if you know me, some people might know me that's watching. There's a lot of you actually watching. Thank you very much. We have over 1,000 views, thousands actually of views. So whoever's been supporting, thank you very much. For those of you who know me, you know that I am a ally of the queer community. So, I will try to make my messages a little bit more gender neutral in the future. And sometimes it might not always come out. When I think of everything, to me, race, to me, class, to me, gender, and, sexual orientation, those four things, you can't really deviate from them when approaching something for myself personally. And when we talk about that, we also talk about social location. So I can't just look at things in an abstract way. Social location to me is you understand yourself and your walk and your path. Though I understand it's very different for everybody, but understanding your social location. So, your race, gender, class, all of those things. So for me as a woman of color, when I, walk this earth, that's the first thing to me that kind of pops out. My walk is going to be different because of those factors, because of those four factors, that I brought up: race, gender, class, sexuality. Those things are key. So if I always don't touch on them, just know that I'm thinking about that. I want to put out a call out. We're looking to do more episodes, obviously, and we are filming more episodes. But so things that we're going to be talking about that are very important to me as a unique woman, and I'm sure a lot of people who this resonates with. I want to talk to a chiropractor. So chiropractic to me is very, very important. It's part of my life. The spine, if you look at it, is it's our navigator for our entire body. So taking care of your spine is key. It sends signals to our brain. It sends signals everywhere. It deals with our posture. And I want to maintain a healthy posture for life. And that's what chiropractic is. So I'm looking for a chiropractor. Dr. Marco Capozzano, Royal York Clinic. Where are you? I've been calling you for the last couple of weeks, haven't heard back. Call me. Or a chiropractor in the Toronto area that wants to talk about chiropractic, give us a call. I'm looking for a personal trainer that has a unique approach, something that I can get in and out of the gym quickly, but have a high intensity workout. So if that's you, give us a call. Again, I've been calling people I know. Mike Whiteley, Pro Trainer Live. Where are you? Call me. And then we're also looking for a naturopath as well. My favorite naturopath is Dr. Daniel Waters of the Rosedale Wellness Center. But I want to talk to a naturopath a little bit more in depth about the gluten question. As I said in our trailer, I still want to talk about the gluten question because it's important. So I want to talk about, is it really a fad, or, should we just eliminate wheat from our diets in general? So that's what I'll talk about. We also haven't talked about GMOs yet, genetically modified organisms, and, where the key places where we can find those foods and how to actually eliminate GMOs from our diet in general. I think it's really important. So we're looking for an expert on GMOs as well. And then we also want to, of course, you know, I'm into my fashion. So we're talking to a couple boutiques on Queen Street just to kind of give us the latest trends, you know, for men and women. We're looking for the latest trends. So we will cover fashion there as well. And lastly, if you know me, you know that I'm into the scene. You know that I'm a foodie. I mean, as you could tell, I like visiting interesting restaurants. I mean, it doesn't have to be all organic, but I mean, local, I'll do local as well. I'm looking for an interesting restaurant that's gonna give me a good, interesting experience that I can take home and bring to our viewers. So if you know of any good, cool, up and coming restaurants that just opened up in the city, you know, forward them over to us. And then I'm also looking for artists as well. I think that musicians play a vital role in, you know, shaping our consciousness. So I'm looking for hip hop. Obviously, that's one of my first choices. I'm also looking for jazz as well. And I mean, you guys already know that my favorite jazz musicians are already Joel Habans, my brother Joel. You'll probably see him eventually on the Urban Eco Woman soon enough. And he plays at La Creole, actually, which is one of my new favorite restaurants in St. Clair West. They do an awesome French Creole mix up there, so I like that. Jazz musicians, hip hop artists, artists in general, like painters. If you have interesting art that you want to, you know, feature on the Urban Eco Woman, you know, reach out to us. And then, so I'm looking for a promoter. I'm looking for the promoter of all promoters. The best way to get in contact, obviously through phones, you know, work these phones, 416-949-7848, or you can just email us directly at grassrootsmarketingpr, all one word, grassrootsmarketingpr@gmail.com. As you know, Grassroots Marketing PR, GMPR Media, same thing. We are an advertising and marketing company. So get in touch with us as soon as possible. We definitely want to hear from you. Shout out to Justice behind the camera, who just doesn't look impressed at the moment. Okay, so stay tuned.